Hello guys, I just wanted to do this video to kind of show off to you guys my new video editing system. Or I wish this was my new video editing system. If you've been following my YouTube channel, my website, you know that I recently did my own custom build where I put together under $2,000, or just at around $2,000. I put together a really fairly good and powerful video editing system that can handle 4K raw footage from the Ursa mini camera. And I'm happy with that system. Everything works great. And by the way, quick update, because I know some of you out there, I think, had a lot of sleepless nights. I'm getting really upset about the way that I basically put the cables when I was building my system. Just an update that was just for the video, since I was just quickly showing you how to basically mount all the parts. I did actually clean up the cables. Not that I personally cared about it, but if you guys want to see, this is how the cable management is right now. And for me, this actually makes no difference, because I am one of those people who kind of puts the computer away, on the floor somewhere where I don't have to see it unless something goes wrong with it. And the system has been working no problems. And in fact, actually comparing it after I adjusted the cables and kind of cleaned them up, basically there's no difference. The system works the same way. The core temperature of the CPU and everything has not changed at all. So anyways, just thought I would do that update, and at the same time show you guys this computer system. This is a HP Z640. This was actually sent to me from zworkstations.com. It's a company that basically makes custom builds, these really powerful computer systems for artists, whether it's photographers, filmmakers, video editors, or computer graphics artists. So they put these really nice systems, and the kind of cool thing, I guess, about this company is that you could just go and buy an HP system like this yourself directly from HP. But if you go through these guys, they actually offer some really competitive prices, but they also offer a lot of customization that you will not get directly through HP. So that's a really nice thing. Now, this system they sent to me, they kind of basically just contacted me, and I guess they saw my video where I was putting together my system, and they said, Tom, would you be interested in trying out one of our systems? And this one costs, I think it's around $4,000, but don't quote me on it. If you guys want, I'm going to provide the link, and you'll be able to follow that link if you want to see the detailed specs and the cost of the system. But basically, yeah, they contacted me and they asked me if I could test this out and see if this was actually something that I would find useful. Now, the system itself, what I actually love about it is that unlike the giant case that I got for my custom build, which if I had to do it again, I would probably go for a smaller case, this one is actually very nice and compact, or as compact as you can get with a system that's as powerful as this one. Yet it still keeps the whole system nice and cool. So here, I'll kind of open it up, show you guys how it looks. One of the things I like about it is just the case actually that it comes with, and just how easy it is to kind of open it, and if you want to access it and change something. If you'll notice, has a lot of airflow, really good cooling system here, and on the top. So the actual graphics card that's inside here is the GTX Titan X 12 gigabyte Pascal. The CPU is an 18-core, 2.3 gigahertz Intel Xeon processor. It's an insane with 36 threads. Also, it has 64 gigs of RAM, which is the DDR4. Now, the really cool thing about it is the hard drive. It has a 500 gigabyte. It's a PCIe flash storage that's rated at 1500 megabytes per second. That's just insane. And it also comes with Windows 10 pre-installed. It's a 64-bit version. So anyways, I've been using this system over the last few days, kind of testing it out, editing some of my projects on it, even did some 3D work on it. And so far, really nothing bad that I can say about it. Just wish that maybe the zworkstations.com could have actually maybe let me keep this system. That's the only bad thing I would say. Unfortunately, I do have to return it to them. It's just a loaner, but it's really great. Maybe if I hadn't recently just spent money on building my own system, maybe I would have actually gone with these guys, just because they really seem to kind of hit all the right nails and making sure you get top graphics, basically performance. So okay, here just to kind of show you guys on my desktop, I have the screen recorder. So this is XSplit I'm using to record the screen, and that actually is eating up, I think right now, the most of the resources. I look at the CPU. Okay, you can see the XSplit broadcasters towards the top here, and then memory-wise also. So that in itself is going to slow down, obviously, the system. I'm also copying actually some files from my USB, so you can see the disk is being used up, the speed. It's copying basically as fast as the USB will basically allow it. So the USB, the hard drives I have are not that fast, so it's only copying 100 megabytes per second. So they're completely being, well, this one is completely being maxed out, as you can see up here. But the local disk, the really fast hard drive, is actually doing pretty well. So anyway, maybe I'll leave this copying here in the background. I'll show you first. I'm actually going to start up DaVinci Resolve, and I'm just going to kind of show you guys, I guess, how it looks, working in DaVinci Resolve, and also just working with the footage, with the raw footage. So all the footage I'm working with is going to be in 4.6K resolution. It's a cinema DNG, basically files, image sequences, and they're basically just raw footage from the Ursa Mini 4.6K camera. So definitely not easy footage to work with. But anyways, let me start up here DaVinci Resolve, and I'm gonna load in some of this footage. So I'll go to my local disk, projects, and it's gonna be this one. Import all the clips. And in here, we're gonna create a new timeline, I guess. Just like that. And I'm gonna select my shot here. So this is just footage of my brother here. We're doing this little test, kind of to make it look like the movie Road to Perdition. So it's like that. Looking over. Gonna trim this. I only need this moment. Also here's another moment here I'm gonna take, I think. So yeah, I'll take this shot also. And as you can see, I can play it here. Place it back. And you hear something? In real time. Turn. This is all cinema DNG raw footage. And by the way, like I said, this is playing it back, even though I have, like, if I put a bunch of other clips, it is playing it back, even though it is running also the screen capture on the same hard drive, and you hear something? The same CPU, everything. And if I just look at here's the resources. You can see this is how much, like, the disk is being used, almost nothing. And then when it comes to the memory, only 16% of the memory, CPU 29%. So, and it's still running, as you can see, real time, all this footage. So this is me, by the way, trying to act like a gangster here. So first, I'm just gonna, do a quick edit here, save it if I want to kind of preview how this looks, my rough cut. And okay, action. Before I do my effects. And you hear something? This is how it looks. And all right, and then now I'm gonna let's see, should I color grade it or apply a little color grade on it? I could try it. For example, if I take this shot, just to kind of bring up the scope, so you guys can see. So I'll kind of adjust it, bring up the gain, stretch out the information there more on the RGB per rate. So kind of getting more information out of this this footage, and I'm going to export this as maybe as an Apple ProRes footage, so something like that. And let's see, Maybe make overall the midtones also, stretch them up and crush the blacks. So this is how it was before, this is how it is now. Maybe increase the saturation a little bit too, somewhere there. And then this shot, I'm also gonna now copy the settings. This one also copy the settings, and this one also. And we can just play it now.
Okay,
and see how it looks.
Looking up, and you hear something, and
you can see it's playing. So here, just play it back so you guys can see full screen. So even with the color grading and Cinema DNG raw files, color graded, as you can see, it's playing back normally. So anyways, exit full screen. Now I'm gonna again save it, and I'm gonna just export this. So I'm gonna export these shots as single clips, QuickTime, and actually I'll do DNX HR. Let's do Ultra HD. So we have the extra resolution, and let's go here, browse. I'm gonna export it to our C drive. Add a new folder, just go. So copy it into that folder, click OK, add to render queue. And we can start the render. Let's see how fast it renders this footage. Now this is, like I said, taking again raw footage and exporting it into DNX HR, and it's doing it basically at 4K resolution with some light color grade applied. And as you can see, I mean, it's going in real time. It's not playing back in real time, but I'm saying it's exporting it almost at the same speed as it would be playing it back. So it's pretty incredible that it can do that. And let's see if it's on put the CPU now. Should be probably maxed out. Yep. Because when you're rendering that stuff out, that's when it's using the CPU. And otherwise, DaVinci Resolve is using GPU when it's like playing it back in real time and all that stuff. So, all right. So it is done. It took what, 44 seconds. And how long is the whole clip? Whole clip is actually a minute and 16 seconds, so 19 seconds. So it's actually did it faster than real time. So it's pretty incredible. Anyways, let's start up Premiere now, and let's see what I can do there with some raw footage. So create a new project. Create it here, local drive projects, my little scene, and just call it 1 like I usually do. I never give my projects a complicated names. I save it in the right folder, and then I just name it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as I progressively work. It just makes managing the projects and all that stuff a lot easier for me, at least. Anyways, I'm going to load in some footage. So actually, yeah, this one I'm going to load in. I have another scene just so I'm not boring you guys. Ursa 4.6K footage, and I think this one. So we can load this image sequence. So you can see I can drag it now, and this is Cinema DNG raw footage. So I can even create a timeline now, the same settings. If I go here to just to show you guys the settings for the footage, or is it properties? Here it is. So you guys can see it's a DNG image sequence. One image is about 11 megabytes. It's 4.6K, 24 frames per second. This is what it was recorded on, and then here our edit is also the same resolution at 24 frames per second. So this is what I'm running it at, and here, let's see if we can play it back.
And action.
So as you'll notice, and that's one thing I noticed between Premiere and Resolve. Premiere cannot handle playing back basically raw footage very well. If you know certain raw footage, like for example red camera and things like that, that it will do, but otherwise it does not, and that's because it doesn't really use the GPU as well as Resolve does to basically speed up the process. So here in project settings, you can see it's playing back. It's using the GPU acceleration, but it's not. I don't know. It's my experience. I've never been able to really edit in Premiere directly, like, you know, especially Ursa, you know, like or basically any kind of cinema DNG raw, like actual pure uncompressed raw files. I guess the files are just too big. You know, it could be also the hard drive. We could actually test that out right now. So I'm gonna take this clip here, start playing it, and so while it's playing it, let's look at this. Let's see what's happening. So the disk is definitely, you know, running it at its capacity. So the disk is what is this? Actually, no, it's not. So it's the CPU. Sorry. So the disk, as you can see, it handles it, wow, amazingly well. That's the kind of the data rate that we're getting up here. But it's the CPU that's having problems. See, the CPU cannot keep up, and that's because I found that that Premiere, it doesn't really seem to use the GPU as much. It uses CPU when it's playing back, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they did that, because as you saw in Resolve, I can play back this 4K footage, no problem. Now, what if I go, because this is obviously 4.6K footage, what if I go 1/8 of the resolution? Let's see if that will speed it up.
And action.
I think it's basically still going to have problems just actually loading those big files, because the CPU has to load those big files and process them and scale them down. So it's maybe is a little better, but yeah, it's a little too choppy for my liking. Like when I'm editing, I definitely do not like to work with footage like this. So one solution though you could do is you could transcode this, and that's one good thing I would say in Premiere is you can transcode footage pretty fast. So you can make proxies. So you can go here to proxy, create proxies. Choose all the settings you want. So let's say we choose what is this? I'll just leave it at the original setting that's there, and I'm just gonna click OK. So go OK, and it's gonna open Media Encoder, and it's gonna create our proxies for us. So here in Media Encoder, you can see it's already rendering all the proxy file. So you can kind of see how fast it's going. Let's see how this would actually work with, for example, that compressed footage I did, which was the Cinema DNG or DNX HR. And as you can see, it plays it back now smoothly. So definitely Premiere can handle 4K footage. It just can't handle maybe you know, raw like Cinema DNG footage. Like for example, I'm able to edit in Premiere raw footage from the Red Epic, and because that's like, it's not, well, you can have it basically compressed raw footage. So that's the reason why I have it working. So yeah, so if you can see, you guys can definitely work with 4K footage. Now, for example, now I'm gonna just as a test load in some heavily compressed 4K footage. Sometimes that can actually slow down a machine. So let's see how this system handles that. Because when it's heavily encoded or compressed, then it also the computer has to not only play it back, but it has to decode it in real time. So let's load in here. I think I have some behind the scenes footage. And let me just some behind the scenes of a shoot I was doing, and this is all Panasonic GH4 footage. So it's shot in 4K, but like I said, it's pretty heavily compressed. It's actually I forget what setting it was recorded in, but anyways, we can take a look at those files. And by the way, right now I'm loading those off of a USB, my USB drive. So that's not only is it going to be slowing down because the USB itself is not going to be as fast, but It's not playing it off of the local hard drive. So let's go here, click properties. I can just kind of show you. See the location is my F drive now. F drive is, if I show you, F drive is here. This one here. So F drive, as you can see, that's my Seagate, portable USB, and as you can see, it's 4K footage, and it's an MPEG movie type. So, anyways, let's dump it here in the timeline. Let's see how well it plays. And as you can see, it plays it back real time, and I was not expecting I'd be surprised if this computer had problem with this footage, because I edit this kind of stuff on my laptop, which if you guys watch my 4K laptop, basically my kind of upgraded custom 4K laptop, and the kind of deal that I found, and you guys would see that I'm able to work there with this kind of footage, 4K footage, without any problems. So if this computer couldn't handle that, then I'd be really surprised. But yeah, this is actually heavily compressed footage. So as you can see, this is how it does. Plays it back, no problem. Let me actually see, because right now it's in quarter resolution. Let me see full resolution. Not that you would see a difference because we're now watching it full screen, but you can see even in full resolution it works. I can now make it full size here, and yeah, it works definitely. So this is just showing you that this computer can definitely handle it, and I think the most important thing, at least for me when I'm editing, is to be able to work in real time with stuff. I mean, I hate when I have to like preview things so that I can play back, see how my sequence looks, because I make cuts very quick. I work very fast in Premiere, and I want to be able to in real time basically make a quick adjustment, trim my shot 2 or 3 frames, and then bam, click play, and then be able to see how my edit or my cut now looks, right? The worst thing is having to wait and render it, because that just takes the whole creative process out of it. But yeah, anyways, if you guys are working with 4K footage, whether it's in doing effects or editing in Premiere, as you can see, you can edit no problem. Now, if you're trying to do that with RAW, like Cinema DNG files, those are huge files. In Premiere, it doesn't matter whether you get like a $15,000 system. I don't think you'll be able to. At least the most expensive system I've had a chance to use was $6,000, and it still could not work with raw Cinema DNG files in Premiere, and it's just simply because of the way the Premiere does not utilize the GPU. You can have the best badass graphics card, but it's just not going to work. Whereas with this computer, as you can see, you can work with raw DNG files, but you would have to do it in a program that's designed to handle those files very well, like DaVinci Resolve. So that's the great thing about DaVinci Resolve. But Premiere, and the whole Adobe Creative Suite, the great thing about that is that you have this whole collection of these really nice programs that work well together. Like, for example, After Effects and Media Encoder and all that stuff. It's just too bad they can't handle like the Cinema DNG footage. But you can always do proxies. That's another easy thing to do in Premiere. Anyways, hopefully this answered your questions, if you had any, about just how well the system is going to perform. So anyways, yeah, if you guys are interested, if you want to find out more information about Z Workstations, just go check out their website. I can, so far, like I said, this system, a really good experience with it. And also, I had a chance to check out their website, and I can honestly say they do offer a lot of customization options. So you can just get in touch with them directly, tell them kind of what kind of a system you're looking for, what's your budget, and they will put together kind of, I would say, the perfect system within your budget for the kind of work that you need to do. So anyways, again, my name is Tom Antos. As always, you can find all the links and information in the description of this video, or go to my website at tomantosfilms.com. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you like this video, click thumbs up. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, hopefully.